were. So
Yes, the lower time frames is good to check it out. Usually the minute and the 5 minute. Wherever your price is at within the support and resistance, when you check at the next two candles, excuse me, when you check the next two candles, if it's above that support, it's most likely going to break out for a buy. If it's under that support, it's going to most likely break out for a sell. If that makes sense.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I have a question also, and I think it's similar to what she just asked. But when you're doing support and resistance, and it does break support or resistance, how do you know what the next zone is? Basically, you guys use the 4-hour chart to, I guess, gauge support and resistance. But if it breaks support or resistance, how do you know what the next zone will be? Do you go to
Oh yes, we go to a smaller time frame. I know you was about to say that. We look
no,
at the
no, I
four.
mean, right, go ahead.
We look at the 4 hour just to place the support and resistance. Really, that's the main. Those are the main support and resistance, like in the 4 hour, right?
Right.
So once that is placed in, you will know that the support and resistance in the 4 hour, it still correlates in a smaller time frame. Sometimes you have to place it in a little bit, maybe in the 30 or in the hour, the 15, I mean. But once you say the zone, the next zone is where the next resistance or support would be when you place it in the smaller time frame.
Oh, it's on the small, so you don't go like to a month to see where the resistance was then.
No, since you're looking at the market now and you want to
Right.
know what next, you will look into the smaller time frame. The longer
Uh,
time frame is there to keep it in check, to see it long term, so you know where it's going. Because you can look at the 4 hour chart, but in the minute, it's not doing what the 4 hour chart is doing. If that makes sense, so you still
right.
have to place the support and resistance in the minute chart if you want to look into the minute. So then you will see the breakout in the smaller time frame as well. Because the bigger time frame, it takes a bit longer for to see the breakout.
Right. So
Correct.
then you wait till the next two candles close, you said, on the smaller time frame?
Correct. And then after it breaks out, it's going to head towards the next support or the next resistance. The next resistance. If it broke out from the support, it's going to bounce off and go to the next resistance where price is high. Now, if it hits that resistance and if it bounces down, it's just going to go bounce back unless it breaks out. If it breaks and pierces through the resistant line at the top, it will keep going up. But if it bounces back down, it's going to just go right back down to the support. And it just does the same thing. It just bounces up and down like ping pong, like boom, boom, boom. It's just going to keep playing up and down with that support and resistance till it breaks out. And
Right. I
usually
think
with
I
the
read
trend,
somewhere that it does like 3 touches or 5 touches, the
yes,
Elliott wave, whatever.
I was
So
about to say that.
you
It usually does 3 times. It tests the support and resistant line 3 to 4 times, and then it breaks out. And to know that breakout, what I was telling Cece, the breakout happens with the two next confirmed candles confirmation. But it usually tests 3 times. So if you're scalping, you know that okay, you hit the support, boom, you get in a buy. It's going to the resistant, okay, boom, you can get in a sell. It goes to the support, boom, you get in a. It just keep doing that, and then once it confirms the next two confirmation, the candles to break out, then you could just ride it away and let it keep going up or keep going down.
Okay, and just one more question. You said the next two candles, are those on what time frames?
The minute.
Minute time frames. Okay. Thank you.
Here's another question. Okay, give me a second because I'm doing this webinar off my phone. So In the meantime, did anyone else have any questions about NFP today? Because this is a Q&A webinar, so I'll just be answering all questions for today.
What
In the meantime,
exactly is NFP?
NFP is non-farm profit. If you let me go back to the. Give me a second, so you guys can see this. NFP is non-farm profit. That's what it stands for. It happens every first Friday of every month at 8:30 a.m. I'm reading you guys the tips that I sent in the group in the chat. If you guys haven't seen it, this is what it was. The report is released. The estimation of non-agricultural jobs in the U.S. If jobs are up, if jobs are going down, if it's believed that it will be negative, expect an economy. Likewise, if it does the same thing, for if it's positive, then you'll see positive results. NFP comes when a suspect to resist takes over, and it's non-fundamental, so don't really expect to know what it's going to do because it could really do anything. But it's still, the market still follows the support and resistance lines, and the market still has a cycle as its own. So you would see US pairs gains, or you will see them drop. For new people, I recommend them not to do it because it could really, if you're not knowing what you could do, it could blow your account really fast. So I tell traders to trade an hour or two after the news. But NFP is basically the market. It's basically for the market, for you guys, for new traders they want you guys to lose. But if you're familiar with NFP, it's a way for some traders, advanced traders, they can make a lot of profit from it because there's a lot of volume when the candle goes. If it's a downtrend on a 4-hour, is it wise to drop down to the lower time frame, like 5 minute, 15 minute, enter the resistance support out, go in the direction? Yeah, if it's a downtrend in the 4-hour, when you drop to the 5 and 15 minute, make sure you know where you are in that time frame in the chart. Because if it's a down, say for you, Jay, if it's a down frame in the 4-hour, but you're in the 5 minute, you're trading, it could be going up in the 5 and 15 minute. So you would want to enter at a great support and resistance. You don't want to be stuck in the middle. The reason why we say with the support and resistance, because it's there for you to be placed for an exact enter price. You never want to be in the market. You don't want to be in the market in the middle of the market. You want to be, it's good to be at a support, enter at a support, or enter at a resistance. So that way the market doesn't play games with you. It doesn't, move on its own with you. You don't get so paranoid about it. You're not in the middle, stuck in the zone. You're at a perfect entry. That's why we emphasize support resistance, so you guys could be at a perfect entry. I'm going to share you this actually. Hold on. So you guys could see.
Do you have any favorite pairs that you like to trade?
Yeah. I like UCAD. I like GJ now. Recently favorite pair now. And USD I like. It's a smooth pair. UJs I like UJ too. What about you? What pairs do you like?
I like pretty much anything with the yen because the
With the
yen
yen? Yeah,
moves.
yeah, the
Yeah,
yen strong.
but
Great Britain is strong too. What happened?
I don't like UK
Why? Why everyone don't like UCAT?
because she bipolar and she don't like to play nice. And when I don't trade her, that's when everybody be eating off. I'm like, okay, I give up.
Yeah, I used to not like UCAT too. Well, no, I can't say that. My partners, I would say, they didn't like UCAT at first. She was mean, but I never had a problem with UCAT. I guess I wasn't. I never had a bad experience with her. So she's just a strong pair, and I realized, hey, if you really know that pair, you'll eat off her. You'll eat off that pair. But nothing's wrong with UCAT. Don't let that get in your head. UCAT is not like it's a pair that's different than any other pair. It's still a normal trading foreign exchange pair in the market. Let me share this with you guys. This is UJ. This is just a screenshot of a markup I had for UJ. This is the 4 hours. So this is the 4 hour time frame. Let me so when see how this is the 4 hour right here. It's the 4 hour you guys can see. Now the support line, the resistant line is up here for R. The support line is down there, right? So this is the 4 hour time frame. So you can see if you zoom in a little bit. You see how perfect like these lines, man. That's why we emphasize these lines because they just perfect. It bounces off of it and it just goes the opposite direction. Hold on, let me zoom back in. So here, once it bounced here in the 4 hour, it looks like it just bounced and then went up. But that's why when I say when you go into the smaller time frames, it actually went down a little bit. But the two candles didn't close under this. The two candles didn't have closed under this over here. Let me go over here. This is what I'm talking about over here. The two candles didn't close under here. So it just bounced back up and it went back up. But when you go to the smaller time frame, you won't see if you're in a big time frame, you won't see that. You just see this little tail. You just see the wick right here. You see the little wick. But when you go to the smaller time frames, there's actually candles. There's actually candles that happens. And if it doesn't, two candles don't close under it, it's not going to keep going down. It bounces off and it keeps going in the smaller time frames. This is actually UJ in the 4 hour right now. I heard someone say something. I don't know if I cut you off, but I heard someone else said something. Hold on.
And why I lost the trade?
Oh, you was on mute the whole time. I didn't hear you. Sorry. What was that?
No, I was just saying how to understand my losses. That's all.
The whole question. That was the whole question, or did you say something before that?
No, that was basically it. Like I want to like master the fact of how to go back and like say, okay, if my trade hit my stop loss, like what notes do I need to take in order for me to understand that my trade took a loss, and I want to know why my trade took a loss so I can like I want to start documenting my trades.
So you have a trading journal. First thing start get a trading journal. Document all your wins and losses. When you do that, document how did you win when you got in a buy. Usually your wins and losses could be TP. If TP hit or SL hit, if you won or lost like that, you could have a win and loss like that. Take profit and stop loss. Or did you get out manually with a win or loss? When you usually trade, do you usually just wait for TP to hit, or do you wait for SL to hit, or do you get out manually and with a win, or do you get out manually with a loss? How do you usually trade?
I normally just let it sit, and it's either going TP or stop loss. But if I see it's a complete loss, then sometimes I manually get out if I see that, okay, I made a mistake, it's going the other way, and I just jump out sometimes.
And usually, sometimes when you jump out, does it like up? Like usually, if you go into you get out of buy, think it's not going to buy no more, but then it actually does keep going does keep going up for a buy. Do you usually get that
That has
experience?
happened to me. Yep,
So
that happened to me on the 4th with, was it GJ? I was in a sale, and I was like, dang, it was going up. And then, I was in a sale, and then I seen it retracing to go up, and I jumped out and then looked back at it, and it hit my take profit perfectly. But I
see,
was already out.
you gotta trust yourself, but you got out too early. But what happens is when that happens, write down when if you're waiting for the take profit and stop loss hit, know the amount of pips that the take profit is and the stop loss is. So every time it hits, you can write down the amount of pips it was. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
now you're telling yourself in your journal, you're going to see the market's way of how many pips does it usually make for it to go towards that stop loss and that TP. Because a lot of traders, they're not familiar with they're familiar with take profit and stop loss, but they're not familiar with pips. The pips is the direction of the amount the market goes up and down, and traders don't realize the market can't go up forever 300 pips. Just keep going up or go down forever. It has to go up, it has to retrace, it has to go up, it has to retrace, that's just the flow of the market. It has to go up some, it has to go down.
Hello?
You know?
Hello? This is Frankie.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
having
was
a journal for that would be good to write down how many pips it placed for when you was in that trade when it went up and how many pips it went down. So you
Okay.
could be familiarized with that. Also, write down for that journal, write down all your losses, how you lost, like how you said you got out early. Write that down, so
Okay.
you know everything that's going on, and you could have a motion side part to it to the journal. Why did you get out? Oh, because I didn't see it going that way. Write that down. So that would be a motion of fear that you just got out, or you got in, but you closed out. Even your wins, you close out with a gain. Let's say you made $50, but it kept going up. You could have made $100, but you got out early in profit, which is okay. But why you got out? Because you didn't want to lose. You just wanted to take that money, which could be fear too, and greed too. So you see, now you have a trading journal and you're trading based off your journal, and your emotions will be better for trading. Does
Yeah,
that make
and
sense?
to capitalize on that, see, like, because what you have to also write down why you got in that trade too, because I know for sure you didn't just get in there for no reason.
Right.
So, like, you seen something that made you get in that trade. So, if you get in that trade and you happen to be wrong, like, see what? Because the thing is, the market only goes literally up or down. If you got in a
Exactly.
trade, you got in the sale, and you thought, and then it bought. If you got in that sell, you are like you wrong at that moment. But next time you see it, you know it's gonna buy because the market repeats itself. You seen a pattern, you seen something that made you want to sell it. But at that moment, the market bought. So with that being said, when you say like I seen let's say for example, you seen like a M formation and you bought it, and it's like you got in because you thought it was gonna break resistance. You know what I'm saying, but it didn't do that. It was an M formation. So next time you see it, like, oh, this is an M. I know next time when I see an M, it's going to go down. So next time I'm just gonna sell it, and then boom, right there. So next time, like, because when you lose, you should never be losing the same way you lost the first time, because there's only one option. If you were wrong the first time and you sold it and you were wrong, then next time you just buy it because that's the only next option you have.
Mhm.
There's no other option.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Usually,
you.
usually your losses shouldn't be the same. That's why when you write them down, you will know not to do that again and again. That's why with
Awesome.
this we had so many losses, so we know like we're not going to do what we did in the previous when we first started trading. You know, 'cause we used to hop
Because
in trades. We used
there's
to
way
hop in
more to
trades
lose.
blind.
There's more ways to lose than win in this market. If you start writing down a lot of losses, then you'll just get that out of the way, and then just try to discipline yourself to never ever like even if you're like impulse, like let's say you got scared and got out, like those trades are not those are like considered like losses that you should never be able to do again because like you shouldn't be scared if you got in a trade. You shouldn't be scared of that trade because you did all your markups, you did all your analysts for what? Like, what did you get out? Like, you did all that
Yeah,
for what? Like, there's no reason for you to get out. If you mark up your charts and you know exactly why you marked it up like that, there's no reason for you to get out. Just wait for the move to happen and see what happens after that. Cause that's like impulse trading. That's not good. That's like emotion. And you get out, and he's like, man, and then like you said first, like when you got out, and then you seen that thing hit your TP, that's like an impulse trade. Like you got out because you thought you were wrong, but you have to try. You have to be confident in your analysts that you put and all your charts that you like. The chart that you marked up, you got to be confident in that because I said people don't just do it for no reason. You didn't just mark up, put anything random lines up, and then you just did whatever and just got in. You did that. We worked for it. That's like a lot of work. That's like what a work coming. But trading itself, you just got in now. Just be patient and see what it does.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So that was like basically like an emotional type thing when I jumped out instead of just allowing my analysis to play out there.
Yeah, just let it play out. Cause the thing, if you put an SL, if it didn't hit your SL yet, you shouldn't be getting like, cause you already put an SL, you're already willing to lose
yeah.
that. So you shouldn't be scared to lose. Like why are you scared to lose less than your SL? Like if you got
Yeah.
out before your SL hit, that means you lost less money that you were willing to lose in the first place.
That's why I was saying, if you was trading based off TP or SL, or you just getting in and getting out the market manually. Because if you're doing that with no SL, no TP, you're just getting in and getting out. Some traders do that. Now they're just trading off of the pips and off the lot size, how much they want to make for that day too. It all correlates that at the end of the day, how much you want to make and lose for that day. So you should first, when you get in a trade, you should always have that in place. How much do you want to make from this trade? How much you want to lose from this trade? Once you have that, like Frankie said, you should never really get out early or be scared because you already know how much you want to make and how much you want to lose. Once that goal is already hit, then you would get out. Now you can say, I got out because I lost $50. That's how much I want to lose for the day. So I got out. Now that makes more sense than saying I got out early because I was scared of this and that, the third. Let's see if oh, here it is. Okay.
So is that how you determine like your ratio for the trade?
With my goals for how much I want to make and how much I want to lose.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because that's how it is. Because once you get in a trade, well, even if you're winning in a trade, it's like, when are you going to get out? That's what Frankie always emphasizes. Like, yeah, you're winning in a trade, but when are you going to get out? Because you can have a TP set up to 100 pips, 50 pips, but like, even if it doesn't, say if it does go towards it and it doesn't hit it, like, all right, I'll give you an example. This is what I did this like when I first started. Let's say I had a TP and sometimes TP doesn't hit. And I would just like it was so close to hitting TP. Like, let's say price was 100, right? TP, it was at 95, right? I seen like $100 floating, right? But I didn't get out because I told myself TP didn't hit. So what happened was it just retraced down and ended up hitting stop loss. And in my head, I was like, oh, why didn't I just get out? Because as a trader, that's why I said, are you just trading off TP or SO, or are you going to just trade off what you want to make and what you want to lose? Because that's how you really have to trade nowadays, because Yeah, TP didn't hit exactly didn't hit, but that was $100 I seen. If that was my goal, $100 I seen, that would have been me getting out, even if it was close to TP, because you don't know if it's gonna hit TP or get close to TP and then come back down. You don't know that. That's why I always have a goal what you want to make and what you want to lose, even if it's close to that goal. Let's say if my goal was 100, but I seen $80. That's about close. I'm good with $80. I could go ahead and take that 80 and maybe hop back in another trade to make another 20. That's how you got to look at it with the ratios, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because until you get out of a trade, the money is not yours until you get out of it. So always keep that into mind.
Okay. Thank you. So do you do a money goal or do you do a pip goal? Or
I
just
do a money goal when for signals. We have pip goals when we want to give out signals and send out the most pips for you guys. But as a trader individually, for me, I just do a money goal, because at the end of the day, like Frankie always says, it's not about the pips. It's about the money at the end of the day. What do you want from the market? You want money. So just you could let's say you could catch 5 pips from the market, right? 5 pips, you guys would think it's not a lot of pips, but 5 pips is a lot to somebody who has a big account and would get in like at a $10 lot size, a $20 lot size, a big trader account, the big boys. So pips, they don't really focus on pips like that if they're scalping, because the pips is not really nothing to them. It's about the money at the end of the day. They get in, they get out. They want that money. They know what they want from the market. Once they get it, they get out. If they didn't get it from the market and they lost, and they know they lost for the day, they just stop trading for that day and then go tomorrow and try it again. So for me, it would be money, to answer that question.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, money helps you with mental too. So you have a mental, like in your head, you already know what you willing to want. Like if we just go in the trade trying to catch pips, like pips, you can't really control that. Like how much pips the market is gonna move at.
exactly.
But if you see your goal, like let's say you want at least make $50 today, and you see $50 floating, you're gonna take that. That's your goal. Just be out. Just be done with that. Like it's just like going to work. Like you every day you go to work, you make like about probably like, let's say some people make like $80 or something for the day. You're not gonna stay longer at work. When you done, you out. You're not gonna stay there. So it's like the market is just like going to work. It's like literally going to work. But now you control how much money you make today instead of having a set price. Like, but give yourself like that. It's like you're giving yourself that goal now. Like you're giving yourself that hourly pay. Like it's
Exactly.
money is your employee now. Like you control money now in the forex market.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's why it's so big. You're controlling the money. You're not working for no one else. It's you. So you control what you want to make and lose for the day. Because you're going in the market, you're getting out. That's all it is. You're getting in and getting out. You're buying, you're selling. The market moves up and down. That's how simplified it can really be. People just all these terms, good to know the terms, all this stuff, the knowledge behind it. They hear what other people say, this, that. But at the end of the day, all the market does is go up, go down. You get in or you get out. You're not going to stay in the trade forever. You're always going to get out of trade. Either you got out with a win, you got out with a loss. So why not know how much you want to make for that day and how much you want to lose for that day? Because it's simple. Really. Once your mindset correlates to that, you will see that you're trading more structured now and you're trading the right way. So that makes sense.
Yes. Perfect.
But here's a I could resend this tip. Here's the trading tips. If you guys see the screen, I'm gonna go ahead and reshare it. A second.
And also, we have a trading plan. I'm about to just resend that in the exclusive group too after this webinar too. It's like a goal. Like it's like for it tells you, it breaks down like your account size, how much lot size you should be putting in that depending on your lot size, the goal that you're trying to make. Like you don't have to follow the goals exactly, but we just set it up in a way. It's not really about how much money you're trying to make. It's about being consistent. Like if you're consistently making your goal like for 5 days for a week, you could level up. Because if you're making that for a week, that means your account is growing, and
Yeah.
that means you could go up and up your lot size. Because if you start with $100 account and you make $50 a day for that week, that's $200 you just made. Okay, so now you have a $300 account,
Yeah,
and
I
then
went it.
now you could go up. Now you could go up in lot size. And just be consistent for like at least a week. Like now you're not at first you're not gonna be consistent like that, but that week that you actually make your goals, at least 3 out of those 5 days at the week, and you win more than you lost, and you do that like consistently. Just keep doing it. Just like it's just repeat now. Just keep doing. Don't try to change whatever works for you. Don't change it. Just keep doing it over and over and over. Because it doesn't, like, nothing changes about the market. The market is going to do the market be the market. The only thing that changes is your lot size and your confidence now. So it's like if you could notice a whole bunch of movements, and then you just like, oh, I could go on 10 cent and make $10 from this trade, but I could go $1 in a dollar lot and make way more money in the same trade, because I seen that before. I did that before. I could do that again with a bigger lot. It's like that ain't really changes.
Yeah.
So
What
I'm gonna
works?
send
What
it.
works? Yeah, I'd forward it for you because it was right by the tips, the trading plan. But what works for you may not work for someone else. So that's why if you hear something that you hear about a way someone trades that works for them, yeah, that works for them, but it may not work for you. Once you found something that works for you, just keep doing it because it works. You're making money from the forex market. Not a lot of people remember. Only 1% make it from the forex market. So that 1% works for them. They found a way that works for them. So would there be any more questions for today's Q&A webinar? If not, then we could end it here.
Thank you so much for answering all of my concerns today.
I like the way you guys keep it simple, and like others, too much grammar is so confusing. Exactly. I like because when I first started, and I'm self-taught, so the experience is more of my own experience of our wins and losses. We're all self-taught, so we the way me and Frank can explain it, we just explain it from our experience. So, and we make it correlate to you guys' lives because we know we all here. Frankie worked a 9 to 5. I worked a 9 to 5 before. I had one job. I worked at Domino's. I think Frankie worked at Target. So we know what the 9 to 5 job is. We know the experience. You know, we're still humans at the end of the day. We're not robots. So we always emphasize the experience of us trading. So you guys could, catch on, and we'll tell you what you guys really need to know. Keep it simple, not stupid. Cause that's how it is. I want to keep it simple enough for you guys to understand, so you guys can explain it to someone else. Because if I were to learn from someone else, some people, they learn from other people, and those people, they may be more grammar, they may have more technical terms, but they're keeping it, they're not keeping it simple, and some people may not learn off those people in other groups. I'm trying never to work a 9 to 5 again. So hard key. Yeah. Yeah, man. Once you start being consistent with Forex and you really seeing it paying off bills, that 9 to 5 will soon away be gone, bro. Yeah. Keep it simple, stupid, yeah. Yeah, I like to put myself in you guys' shoes.
Yes. So you guys really break it down very easily. This is the first group that I was in that really makes it, easy for me to understand. And I just feel like, as long as I continue, like you said, to be consistent and jump on these calls and mark up my charts, I should be able to win.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just believe life is just overall simple. That's just me. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak for everyone, but I just feel like life shouldn't be hard. I think life is hard if people make it hard. Like if it's hard, that means it's kind of like you making it hard for yourself. But there's ways out there. There's stuff knowledge that you could learn that make your life just a little simple. Like the little things.
Yeah, little things. We emphasize little things too. Little things add up. If you've been seeing us say that, little things add up. So, trying to see. All right. Have you guys had any chance also to go into the academy of the site and check out the courses there? I will go ahead and forward that too. If you guys are new attending this webinar, we have Academy on the website. We can go ahead and check out the courses, and there's terms in that too as well for the weekend. If you guys want to still be up, it will be good for you guys.
I just got the course. I finished it, but I'm going through the old webinars and stuff to learn
Okay.
more stuff.
How was the course for you? You finished it, or you just
I finished it because
part.
I've been trading for a while, so it didn't take me that long. But it did hit on a few like key points and stuff. Like kind of refresh my mind and stuff, and kind of show me certain things that I was doing wrong.
Nice, that's good. I'm gonna send a tip too for the weekend. You guys could do for you guys to do. Usually when the market is closed, if you knew, it's good to go over what happened. Like I said, a trading journal to write down how was your trading week from last week to this week, and what you look forward to next week. New goals. You can have new goals for the next week. So. But all right, thanks for everyone for tuning in. It was a great Friday, great webinar, and everyone has a blessed day.